Okay, I think I'm ready. Here's my race report from the 2024 Jackpot Ultras. I am going to try to get through this without crying, but I guarantee that's not going to happen because I didn't get through the race without crying. It was a lot. I give this race report card a bunch of F's and a big fat G. Why F's? Because if you know Braille, then you know that the dropped F is the exclamation point. And this was a really fantastic event filled with family, friends, food, and focus. And the big fat G is for gratitude. I trained really, really hard. I put in work every single day, whether it was strength training, ice dipping in the pool, walks, runs, rides on the tandem bike. I got a lot smarter with my fueling, both before the race and during the race. I was no longer concerned about low carb or anything like that. I ate everything. I love food, and I started my race wearing the shirt that I had made that said, "Will run for food." During the race, I ate a lot of sourdough with avocado toast, a lot of homemade cookies with chocolate covered raisins, ginger, pickles, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I drank a lot of bone broth, mashed potatoes I had made earlier in the week with the bone broth, chicken broth provided by the aid station, pancakes, oatmeal, French fries. And my friend Kitty recently introduced me to spring energy gels, which really helped out because there were moments where I just did not feel like chewing. Family. My husband took the day off of work. Actually, he worked out a shift trade and he was there the entire time. He, so cute, he laid out what he called a charcuterie board with all of my yummy things I could just grab and keep going to eat. And then he worked on the van, our van that he's still tinkering away and trying to get finished. And my parents showed up with the kids with pizza in the evening. My neighbor showed up. The next morning, my parents showed up and were there to watch me in the last final hours. And my mom was so cute when I finished. She was supporting me because my legs were super wobbly and she didn't want me to fall over. And then my friends, my guides, you guys, this is where the crying, this is where the tears come in. I am so grateful, so incredibly, overwhelmingly grateful to the support that was there this year. Last year, I felt like there were slim pickings when it came to having enough guides for just the training leading up to the race and the race itself. This year, there was an abundance of people who were there, who showed up to run and walk with me. You guys are amazing. I'm gonna do this in order because I don't want to forget anybody. Thank you to Ashish, who did the 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Mike, the 10 to noon, Kitty, the noon to 2, Keon, the 2 to 4, Gabe and Jen from 4 to 6, Jed from 6 to 8, Tiffany from 8 to 10, Aaron, my husband, from 10 to midnight, and George. George, you get an extra shout out because you not only signed up for a 5-hour time slot, which was the midnight time slot, but you showed up with a ton of fresh In-N-Out French fries. You did such a great job keeping me going in those cold, dark hours. You asked me questions like, what's your favorite candy? What's your favorite chips? All sorts of questions that I can't even remember anymore to keep me awake. And when I was starting to fall asleep and getting unsteady and sleepwalking, you sat there, set a timer, and you let me lay down for 25 minutes and waited in the heating tent with me. And then you started doing ultra math with me. And when we figured out that if I wanted to finish in under 30 hours, you told me that I needed to start running. You got me running again. Thank you, George. You see, you guys, I had started just walking from 6 p.m. earlier that evening because I started feeling some knee pain, which I've never felt before in all my years of running. And the knee pain alternated with hip pain every mile or so. So I thought it'd be better just to finish out the race with walking. But when George and I figured that if I wanted to meet my sub 30 goal, then I needed to do some stretches of running. Then Anna shows up at 5 a.m. and Anna, she's just so much fun. We have been running together since the beginning of my running journey in 2017, and she is a sunrise chaser. She took so many fun photos of the sunrise. She just brings us so much fun, light, and energy and laughter. She was one of the ones who ran the Crackpot 100 back in 2021 because we're a bunch of crackpots. And Jed took the tether at 8 a.m. 24 hours later after I had started running. Jed told me that I was in 3rd place in the race for females, and I was like, wow, 3rd place. I did not expect to be close to one of the top finishers at all. I just wanted to finish. For a couple hours, I pushed myself trying to maintain that 3rd place, but then I remembered I'm not here for a podium finish. I'm here just to finish, and I needed that reminder, and I hope those of you watching this video also take that reminder that when you're running a race, run your race. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Whatever you started out to do, that's what you're there to do. So once I started feeling that knee pain come back and the hip pain come back, I slowed down and I switched guides again. Aaron took the tether again, which was super, super special. Those last couple hours, those last 10, 12 miles, I got to finish the race with my husband. We ditched the tether, we linked hands, we talked, we listened to music, we laughed, we enjoyed each other's company. I found myself crying at mile 95 because I was so overwhelmed with gratitude that I was almost done. And I'm still overwhelmed with gratitude for all of the support and that the fact that my body allowed me to do that. And almost 30 hours later, it was 29 hours, 39 minutes and 11 seconds later, we crossed the finish line together. So remember, guys, it's not about how fast or far you go. What matters is how much fun you're having and who you've got right there alongside you having that fun too.